Whoa! Oh my god! I didn't realize this was on. This is how we usually start episodes. Be like, "Good morning, Vietnam!" That's actually how I started my first ever podcast, if you haven't listened to my first one. Because back in those days, I was like, oh my god, I didn't fucking know what to do when I start a podcast. And then be like, I never say my name when I start a podcast either. I always do like, hello there and welcome to the Lone Crown Show, where I will fucking introduce you to another person and be like, oh my god, you're so great. Then why the fuck don't I say my name? Say my name, bitch. That sort of style. Be like, maybe you should plug yourself in the beginning so people would actually know, oh my god, this guy doesn't even say his name. What an asshole. Yeah, but so for people that like, we are on episode 101, and to all the new beautiful people that started to watch this thing, I don't know why you would, but who fuck cares? I'm doing this week. I'm doing chill as fuck edition, where I unfortunately swear a lot. No, I won't say unfortunately. That depends how you see swear words. Like, for instance, Swedish people are so. What the fuck is? There we go. I think it's balancing up and down my. Or maybe it's just my glasses that makes it look like that. It's getting brighter and darker all the time. That's confusing me. Yeah, so we are so bombarded by American and English swear words all the time when we watch American and British stuff and just all of that's in English. There's so much swear words that we are kind of like, we kind of adopt it when we speak English, or at least some Swedish people I know, like I've heard as well, do this, and they're like, we can be like, fuck this, fuck that, and fuck all of you, like, and we like, for us that doesn't means nothing really to us. I don't know. I don't think we actually like. I would want to see a Swedish person talking English being really pissed off. That is an interesting. Those people are we would probably use less swear words then, because we want to get the person to hear every word we say. And if we would just end up saying fuck all the time in there, the people wouldn't know, like, what the fuck is he saying? Is my point to the matter. And yeah, so you are coming to happy whatever day, because I could have said happy Friday when I'm currently recording this on a Friday, and this podcast will be up on a Friday. Holy fuck, that technology we have, that you can record something and put it up the same day. Holy fuck, that's just brilliant. And I'm sitting here chill as fuck in my DX Racer chair, being like, yeah, well, it's all right. I sort of knew I would be in a happy mood, because I was listening to my friend and homies John Rambo and OJ of the John Rambo Presents the Show, and it put a smile on my face, because it's fun that they're putting out their podcast now again, and people should check them out. StayBallsy.com or John Rambo Presents on YouTube, and all of that. Just go there and also listen to their stuff, because their stuff is awesome. And yeah, I wouldn't be doing this podcast if it weren't for that fact that they are doing it. I don't think I would. I don't think that it would ever have crossed my mind that I should do a podcast. But people, not only them, but other people were like, oh yeah, you should totally start a podcast. We would love to hear you 24/7 just bombarding us. And I think it went okay, but I think honestly people were after a while like, man, these are not that funny. because I sort of feel my first 50 were very like up and down style things, that like some of them were brilliant, and those that were brilliant got the kind of views that they deserved, and those that weren't brilliant didn't get the views naturally. And it's also much about titles, because the ones where I have like certain titles that's like clickbait titles get far more views than or not clickbait titles, but it has something that people more interested in. So I've realized when I just say solo edition, or just point out straight away, oh, it's me just running, so less people will click it. But I can't use, like, I could be like, oh, this podcast featuring Story of Crown, and people are like, who is Story of Crown? Like, oh my god, wait, it's him. It's himself. He actually have himself in the title. What a douchebag. What a douchebag. Yeah, so the podcast, I wanted to go through all of my podcast and do like edited version of my best highlights. Then I realized how many fucking hours that would take, and it's going to take a while. I like, the thing is, I don't know how I would set it up. I sort of like, one idea was to have different way, like how I introed, like start of the podcast, have like edited all of the intros I've done. So not talking about when I say, oh, welcome to the Lone Crown Show, and like I do the standard one, but after I've done the standard bit, I also always opens with something, like especially when I do the solo ones, I always like get straight into some sort of topic, or like just something straight away, and I would like compile that, and then I would have best interesting parts in the middle that I like, these are good moments in the podcast, and then I would have ended everything off with the fucking my outros, which people are like, that is something I should do. I should just compile best outros, and then also have a episode of best, and I would look at all the intros and see if I can find something interesting in the beginning, see if I could make a video out of that. And with all the fucking crazy outros will have its own video, because man, I don't know how many crazy ones I've done, but I mean, like there's enough of the crazy outros that like really should be on. Like just having the part where I'm swearing my head off after Chris went on, and like just a million other like when I do solo ones where I just do a sing along at the end and just do that. Like I think that people would love that and be like, that is something that could bring people to like watch that and see like, oh man, his podcast isn't that, or like now I know why it goes like dark sometimes for me, because I need to wash my sunglasses, but I haven't found where my sunglass spray is, so I can clean it. I don't know where it's ended up. To be fair, my room is a tremendous mess. And for people who feel like when I do this solo podcast, why so energetic and happy and just on it, is because this week I've been working for 3 days, which for people who doesn't know, I have had a problem for a long time finding work, and then at some point when I decided that I would go to Canada and stuff. I stopped really applying to, or wait, when I decided I was going to study first, I stopped really applying for more jobs and stuff like that. I was just, I'm gonna do that, and then when I changed my mind about studying, I had already decided that my backup plan was that I would go to Canada. So I don't have like a lot of work, a lot of time. So I end up just like, since I have a lot of American friends, being up, I don't know, crazy hours. Like some night, it got really bad last month, because there were days that when I would go to bed at 5 in the morning. But this week was different because I got called into work by my dad, who runs a daycare. It's actually, here in Sweden we call it preschool, but it's confusing, I noticed. So because for instance, now that I talked to the person in Canada who's gonna help me set up with the job, he thought I was a teacher, and that I ain't. No, I'm one that take care of children at the kindergarten, at the daycare. And so I've been doing that. I got called in from my dad this Monday saying, yeah, we need you to work tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm game. So that is what I've been doing this week. So I have leveled out my sleeping pattern and going to sleep like 9 in the evening, and or like regular human hours. And especially it went well this week because I didn't listen to Chris and Kira, because they were on hiatus this week, so that worked out perfectly for me. So yeah, today I went to bed at 12, up at 10. So and yeah, so all much better hours. So you also get the better me, and it's fucking amazing weather. So I haven't been out much outside today. I've been outside about an hour or something like that, because I really wanted to go outside, seeing how it really warm outside and really great weather. So yeah, and then when I finished the show podcast I was listening to, I wanted to do a podcast, so I went home instead of, I probably would have been out like, I don't know, an hour more, something like that. But I really wanted to do this podcast, and I just felt like recording something, and it's good to be on that humor again. And if I had more time, I would probably record some Dreamfall chapters videos, because I had to re-record everything, because they just ended up being a whole complete mess. And like, I wouldn't have enjoyed watching those videos. So it's like, there's no fucking way. The problem is, now I'm gonna know what's happening. It's the price you pay for making bad videos, so or having end up the session being bad. You have to re-record and make it so that it isn't shitty and people actually enjoy the thing they watch. And because like, if I don't enjoy it, why the hell would you enjoy something I think I think like when it comes to like gameplay videos, when we did the Minecraft videos, like the first couple of videos, several videos were really good and really hilarious, and then at some point I just get bored with it, or like I'm not interested anymore, and you clearly see the like happiness just drop, and the entertainment value just drop completely, because I don't know, you hit the wall, and you just, the thing I'm aiming for is just I don't want to do that anymore. And yeah, that's the hard thing about doing gameplay videos, and that's why I'm only doing. You can see my. I wonder how many who have been annoyed seeing seeing reflection of this computer and getting awfully distracted. Yeah, but yeah, it's good times, and good fun, and good women. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah, I maybe you want to hear more about my working thing. I don't know. It was fun. It's I always have the same feeling after I've worked there, and that is it's really nice to work. Like it's really nice to have like for someone who doesn't work a lot. It's fun to like get the working the fulfillment of working. And then I also always have it in the like, but would I for this job study like I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it is, but at least like 2 years more to study for have this job? And I'm honestly always end up no, it's not worth it, and probably never will, because deep down I'm a creative person, and I should end up with some somewhat creative job. And yeah, so that is what I'm gonna aim for, and most likely probably something to do with film. But the problem is getting into that sort of world takes so much fucking time, and I don't know if I ever going to end up going all the way to be doing all the movies and that sort of stuff. Who knows? Just have to wait and see. Now on the agenda, on the other hand, is just waiting for the fucking visas to appear. To appear out of nowhere and being like, "Hello, Rasmus! You have finally been able to go to Canada." I would be like, "You know me. It's not like I've been waiting for this for almost 2 months." Oh my god. I have been waiting for it for 2 months, actually. That's just fucking fucked up. Yeah, so yeah, that is what I'm waiting for. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna do whatever. I'm if I can keep on having more of these kind of days, yeah, sure, I'm gonna have the days where I'm up a little bit later, because I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm suddenly going to be a morning person. That ain't fucking happening. Or at least what kind of morning person for me is would be like standard always or up around 10 in the morning. That would be like the goal would be somewhere between 10 and 11. And yeah, like I could live. I don't think I would have an issue living a life where I would go up like 7 in the morning, that sort of stuff. I could do that, but I couldn't do that forever, because or that's why the me being like assistant to mentally disturbed person works better, because sometimes you work night and sometimes you work day, and that works that like it isn't only being up 6-7 in the morning, that sort of stuff. I wonder what will I probably will be like up 7 sometimes, or up 9 sometimes when I be in Canada. And sometimes I work evenings, because apparently the guys are the ones that work evenings, and I would be fine with that. I enjoy working evenings more. I know that would be like harder for me to talk to other people, like, or enjoy like hanging out with it. But I mean, in Canada, I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to have like internet or that kind of snazzy stuff. So yeah, that is what's what. Yeah. Yeah. What else been happening? I watched a little bit of Daredevil. I watched the first 4 episodes, and it's quite solid, actually. And it's like it's a perfect character to use in this sort of fashion because like you can have two sort of dimensions. He's a lawyer, and people fucking love the shit out of lawyer like stuff. Like you look at The Good Wife, and yeah, I've been watching. I've been watching a little bit of The Good Wife, and I sort of enjoyed it a bit, The Good Wife, but I don't know. Oh my god, I can't remember her name now. The reason why I watched it because the cold-hearted investigator woman they have. Holy fuck, that's going to annoy me later. Anyway, I will come. I have internet up. Why don't I go and search for it while I'm talking about? Yeah, so yeah, the first 4 episodes has been pretty decent. The character good. Like I haven't, as a person who never got into comic book stuff. Kalinda is the name of the person I was thinking about in The Good Wife. Yeah, so now I'm getting distracted apparently by all the stuff. Maybe I should take off my sunglasses for a while. And you could see my beautiful eyes and be like amazed that my hair is so beautiful and I'm so beautiful. And that's yeah. So Daredevil, it's hard to like review it sort of like after 4 episodes because it's only now starting to like get it. A lot of stuff has happened, but you haven't learned a lot yet about the evil business side of the Kingpin and what his agenda is and all of that. And all you know is he's a crazy person because that's how if a villain were a sane person, I don't know if the world can handle that. Yes, that's how it works. Sane people, no. But sane people would probably not murder everyone. Or maybe they would actually murder some people. Because if they have a sort of an agenda, you have to. And you want it to happen faster than, like, you don't want to wait 3, 4, or 5 years for it to happen. So you're gonna take the faster way, which means bribing, killing, whatever it is you need to do. The dirty side, but you still may be a sane person. Although Victor Fisk doesn't seem like a sane person, at least not in the show. So yeah, I'm enjoying that so far. So I'm probably gonna, when I'm finished here, I'm gonna watch some more of it because yeah, I don't know what else would I do. I'm gonna go to my grandmother's birthday party. She turned 82, I think. Yes, 82. My grandfather turns 87 this year. And yeah, I was listening to the show and talked about parents doing crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm used to, when it comes to technology, going to my grandparents and helping them out, because installing phones, fixing TV stuff, like they put it on silent and it'd be like, oh my god, we can't hear when the phone is ringing. We don't know what to do. Or like she tried to explain. She called me and be like, yeah, we have done something like we pressed the button or something. It's like it's coming up 2 numbers, and I was like, 2 numbers? What? Like what did you press on your like? And I tried to investigate, because if I firstly that something on the phone, I thought she like put it on silent again, or like put the like a key locking like thing, and said no, it's the TV. I'm like, what the it's like it making this 2 number thing, and like, and I'm like, what could I have done that made sense, that mean 2 numbers? And it'd be like, oh, I know, you know how some TVs you have when you press the numbers they come up, you need to do 2, so you need to, if you're gonna access channel number 1, you need to press 0 and 1, or just press 1 and wait. Like yeah, so they were really, so apparently there were 2 numbers and they used to have only 1 number, so if you press 1 it automatically gets to the 1 number and that sort of stuff. So she had pressed that button, and they were like, oh, this is annoying and irritating, and so I had to fix that for them. And that's the fun thing with dealing with people who don't understand technology. It's funny when the technology doesn't really work. When at my mom's work, she is the one that usually have to handle it, and I think that's hilarious. Because like she's not that technology driven person at all, and I mean I always wonder how bad the other people must be there. Like if my mother is the one that oh god. Yeah, so we are closely rapidly reaching the end. I'm not gonna be one of those persons that just talk forever and be annoying and that sort of stuff. I mean, this is what I wanted to have when I first started doing this, having like around 30 minutes episodes and filling them up with all of stuff you can listen to. And yeah, I feel like during this episode, like I have had episodes where I've talked for like 50 minutes and could have just continued talking, but those usually are times where I'm like high on life and like have 10 million things that's on my mind, and be like, how the fuck did you watch that or do that, or like coming up with sketches on the fly and being like, oh, my name is Henry and I'm from England, and this is not an accent I try to do, I just talk like this because I love talking like this, and you should do this podcast more often. It's really, really entertaining and really not at all boring. You should do this all the time. Think about it. That sort of stuff, but way funnier. That I don't even know what that voice was. Yeah, so that's sort of chill stuff I usually come up with. Well, like, yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I almost forgot. The April Fool's video. The idea for that video was from a French movie I watched way many years ago, over 10 years ago I must almost say, and me and my cousin was up one night, just because before we go to bed we watch bad movies. And that one was a guy who was a French legionnaire, I think it is, like in northern Africa. And so he was the only one survived in a fight in the desert or something. It was the First World War One, and he went away, like walking, got to like waterway and blah blah blah, and then he encountered a leopard, and he fell in love with that leopard, started to use like, I don't know, like sand and other things to try and paint himself to look like a leopard. And then he was like, oh my god, we're together, this leopard. And then the leopard went away and then came together with another leopard. And then he was sad, like, oh my god, the leopard left me. And then they like ended up fighting, and he ended up killing the leopard. And then after he done that, he started crying because his love of his life sort of had died. So he buried it and had a funeral for it, and then it sort of ended after that. And like me and my cousin was like, what the fuck are we watching? French people, what are you on? Sort of. So that is the story behind why that crazy, weird idea of the latest April Fool's video. I have no fucking clue what I will do next year though. But the update videos on April Fool's must continue some way. I married a parrot, maybe. But I love it talking back. It's so dirty to me. Oh god. That take a weird turn somewhere. Yep. I don't even care about talking proper English. So now someone is banking their drums. No, but they're renovating apartment. It's been going on forever, and always something renovating in this apartment building. Unfortunately, it's quite annoying. Yeah, but yeah, so I think I will wrap that up there for today, and still with weird English compositions. Phrasing. I don't care. I'm Swedish. I'm allowed to not doing exactly proper way of speaking. I could do, but I won't, because it annoys everybody. I don't even know if that annoys people, but who cares? So yeah, for the purpose of doing weird outros, we're gonna do one tonight. Oh yeah, baby. Shamalama ding dong boom chpa. Padoop chpa boop chpa. Padoop boop boop chpa. With the sunglasses on again. Bow 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 bow. You have been watching this fucking episode where I'm happy. And you all should be happy. And you should all love me. Because that's the way to go. Sort of. Yeah. Love me. Like I do. What the fuck did I just quote? Fucking Ella Golding 50 Shades 1 song. Fake Reno. Yeah, so I'm Story of Crown on the Twitterverse. Story of Crown pretty much everywhere. Even on the moon. Wow, the moon. You can buy property on the moon, right? I wonder how many people have done that. Be like, oh my god, you see that fucking huge crater? I own that fucking thing. What? How much did you pay? I paid $1 million. And you're like, what the fuck were you smoking that? No, probably didn't cost $1 million. Probably cost $1 billion. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna have some property there one day. We're gonna and everyone would be like, no, we're gonna move to Mars instead. And be like, and the people who were buying property there would be like, holy fuck, we went to Mars instead. Someone shoot my fucking guy who gives me advice. Oh my god. Did you hear? They're going to Mars instead of Moon to build things. Boom! Jumps out the window. Woo! Goodbye, people of this real world.